All right, so I have this swarm agent here, and essentially you can go ahead and frisk that entire GitHub. You can assume the open router is in my current ENV with the Hyperliquid data layer. And essentially what I want to do is I want to bring in this swarm agent. Now we'll add this swarm agent um, into this GitHub, and what we can say, we can add to the README mentioning why we have the swarm agent, and I'll explain why we have it. So go ahead and see what it does. But essentially, it uses open router, and you can assume I have my open router key already here. But essentially, what I want to set this up as is a way that I can go ahead and have this swarm agent run, and it'll sit there autonomously, right? And it will sit there, and I can ask it any questions. And those questions, it will then go ask one of the AIs that we have set up. We'll be able to make all these configurations, which AIs we want to use. For now, we're going to use Claude Opus 4.5 as the agent that does figures out what API call we'll ask, right? So each question will be like,
So now you do that as the years go on, the separation that you have with your competitors, your peers, as you grow larger, larger. By year 5 or 6, doesn't matter what kind of work they do in the summer, they're
never going to catch up. So the questions will be like this. Essentially, I'll be like, okay, what can we do with these Hyperliquid APIs? And then the first agent will be able to see all the API calls we have, and then be able to answer that question, and then be able to propose a flow from there. So we could say like, okay, what can I do with these APIs? Okay, it has all of the files in that first agent, and then they can respond, and then I can respond back and be like, okay, let's go ahead and call that API call, and then send it on over to the swarm of agents here that will go ahead and analyze and give me a response from each agent. So this is essentially there's going to be a choreographer agent that we can change. We'll use Grok 4 Fast for the choreographer, and then we'll go ahead and use an array of different open router models just so we can test them out. And the first choreographer is going to take in the chat, right? And then she's going to be like, okay, we call this endpoint, this endpoint, this endpoint, because we have all those examples, right? So go through all of the example files, and this is in the current GitHub, the Hyperliquid data layer API. That's why we built all these example files, right? So it'll be able to understand that and then come up with a plan, and then I can hit enter again, and it will go ahead and hit all of the swarm with that data. It'll pull the data it needs and then hit the swarm. I hope that makes sense, but let's go ahead and think about it for a bit. It's essentially a way that I can chat with the director agent, and then the director can assign the swarm to go ahead and it'll make the initial call, and maybe one thing will make a call to another API, and so on and so on. I think can be pretty intricate, but we can start with it just like, hey, I'm talking to one AI, and then she distributes to all the other AIs, knowing that, hey, we can call these API calls, and we already have our keys in the EMV for Open Router and also for the MoonDev API. So you should be good to go. All right. So I just want to intertwine agents in here, Ultra Think. And then I'm going to also put in plan mode here. Okay, great. So what I'm doing here is I'm going through all of the API calls that we have. Again, you can read about those API calls here on the docs, moondev.com/docs. If you're in the Zoom, you already have a link to that. I also have this here, new terminal. Where is it? iTerm here. Okay, so you can see some of the things that we can look at. So this can get the latest fills for any address. Like it's broken, so I'll fix that. Go ahead and fix that right now. That's the beautiful thing about building in production. You're going to break it, but then you can fix it. So here we go. Here you go. You can see that this API call broke for some reason. Can you double check that everything's working? Okay, thank you. Okay, so this is to get positions on each wallet, but here you go. This one's working, it looks like. So get positions for any wallet. Okay. This is a smart money leaderboard, so we can see the top traders. Again, this is Hyperliquid's data layer that I built. It's directly connected to the node. This is trades here. Top 20 recent trades, large trades over 100,000 in the last 24 hours. So many interesting things we can build off this, and now we're finally building on them. So I just built this API, and I built it because I needed to build it for Quant App. And now we're just stepping on the gas with that. And the first thing I want to do is connect Open Router, of course, because I can do so much. But if I have a swarm of agents that will also go ahead and analyze this stuff, come on, that's going to be great. That's going to be great. So here's the actual tick data here. So you get every tick from every symbol or top 5 symbols, which is pretty amazing because tick data is extremely hard to get, but you have access to it now because it's api.moondev.com. You have full access, which is sick. So you can see here, these are events that are on the blockchain. So I want to dive deep into this, and I've got some really good questions about MEV. I want to look into MEV now that I have a node. I've always been wanting to get into MEV, but I've been a little intimidated about launching my own node on Ethereum. But I pretty much just did that. It's for Hyperliquid though. So yeah, much love to you guys. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here. And if you just jumped in, here's all of the goodies I promised here. I'm just gonna keep spamming that. That's all the links. That's all the APIs. Chess man, good to see you. 777. Okay, she's exploring. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Wait. What the hell? Did I give her the wrong? So that GitHub above is for the Swarm agent, which is in Moondev AI agents. I'm only pointing to that so you can go ahead and see how to work with a Swarm agent. You can pretty much bring that Swarm agent in directly, but you'll probably need to bring in the routers and whatnot that is also there. So maybe you can make a folder called AI agents or something and put that in the GitHub, and then we can work from there. I think this is a really great idea because what it's going to do is allow me to work with the choreographer agent to understand what we can do with the API, number one, and I can talk with her. And then from there, we can go ahead and assign the swarm to do different tasks, and I can get different outputs because they're different AIs, right? I could hit Claude, I could hit GPT, I could hit GLM, and all of these different AIs will be seeing different things through the API that we can do. So it's a way to get an answer from multiple different angles, which is pretty sick. Okay, and if you get into the stream before it's over, you get the full replay and you get everything. So everything that I promised on the page. So yeah, it's gonna be fire, dude. I got a lot to build today. And I'm gonna show you everything that I'm building every day. So it's over the shoulder. You get to see it all, and you get replays. And all you got to do is go to moondev.com here. So just in case you're on the outside, still, it's only $5. You're gonna spend $5 somewhere else today, and it's gonna be a waste of money. You're not getting that $5 back. But everything you learn today, everything you see today, you keep that forever because you get the full replay of today and yesterday. So it's like a double your value. And then on top of that, I'm giving away an API key and the Quant app for free. Crazy, dude. But only for people that get in before the end of the day. Before the end of the day. And not the day before I'm off. Before I'm off. Okay, so she's searching through this. Now I have a complete understanding. Let me write the implementation plan. Thank you, Stan. Let's get it. Let's go. Good morning, GM. What is the validity of the API? What do you mean? What's that mean? That's the API key right there. I don't know what that means though. Drop that API slime. What's up, bro? I just dropped it. Yes, I got you. So I'll keep dropping it as people fly in here. And if you do get in before the end, boom, you got access. I should be here till about 10 a.m. Eastern at the minimum, at the minimum. But you can see some of these API calls like this right here. So sick, dude. Seeing everybody's liquidations. Amazing. How many liquidations in the last 10 minutes, last hour? See, I had to get this information for the quant app. That's why it was like, okay, I need to build this data layer. And boom, we built it. Okay, so there was an error. This confirms, okay, the API service needed to restart for the new stream key. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and see if we got that one going because remember we had an error at the start of this, but I'm a data dog and I'm sitting right here with the data dog. Damn, still not working, huh? API user fails, client not found. I wonder what's going on here. Do I need to tell the app side what's going on here? I'm still getting that error with that same call. Go ahead and check it out, gang. Don't miss it, dude. Don't miss it. If you're not in here yet, you still have time. You've got time. One day it will reset tomorrow. Exactly. I'm using the same API key as you guys are. And I'm doing that intentionally because if it goes down on my side throughout the day, I'll make sure it gets right back up. It shouldn't go down.
If everyone's trying to solve the same problem, don't vote for people. That's the latest, and greatest thing to do. Don't do that. Do something original. Don't follow the pack.
So it looks like the Nginx's directive is causing issues with the proxy pass. So just for this API call, but there's so many sick API calls. You got access to them all. It's amazing, dude. This API is gonna be it's gonna be thousands of dollars. I mean, it already is $4,800 to get. So if you want it for free today, then you can just jump into the live stream before the end of it. I'll be here till 10 a.m. We're cooking today. We are absolutely cooking. Okay, let's go ahead and read through this here. Okay, okay, we don't need all those, gang. So the reason we have open router is because it connects to all of those AIs. So we don't need all those things in the ENV. I already have my open router key in the ENV. So you can go ahead and just look at how to run open router and the models that they have because we can call all the different models through open router with one ENV variable. Thank you. So that whole models.py, we really are only going to copy over the open router part. There shouldn't, we don't need to put any new keys into the ENV. It's all ready already. Okay, let's go ahead and see what else we can tell her because she's already tripping. Because she's already tripping. Let's get it, dude. It's the day. It's a great, great day. Okay, Hyperliquid Data Layer API, AI Swarm Agent Implementation. Build an AI Swarm system that allows MoonDev to chat with a director agent, Grok for speed, that understands all available API endpoints. Ask questions like, what can we do with these APIs? Director proposes a plan using available API calls. Upon confirmation, director fetches data and contributes to a swarm of AI models. Each AI model analyzes from a different angle and provides its perspective. This enables getting multiple AI perspectives on Hyperliquid data, Claude, GPT, GLM, Quen, etc., all analyzing. So this is the architecture. User chats, what can I do with these APIs? Analyze BTC liquidation pressure, blah, blah, blah. Director will go ahead and read all 18 example files, understand what each API can do, propose a plan. I'll call these endpoints upon confirmation, fetches the via API, fetches data via API. And then the swarm agent in parallel, nice, parallel processing, it's going to use Opus, GPT-5, GLM, DeepSeek, XAI. Beautiful, dude. So files to create, data structure. So she's going to clean this up a little bit. We just really need the open router model. Okay, let's get it. Okay, source files here. Probably don't need all those. So I think I fixed that in the last prompt here. Create AI agent structure. Okay. Adapt swarm agent. Okay. Okay, and this is fine. What I want you to focus on is making this super clean and easy. So like the less files, the better, right? So essentially this GitHub is focused on the Hyperliquid data layer. We don't want this to be like a main thing here, but I think it's going to be very powerful to have Open Router Swarm here kind of included in that data layer GitHub, because now not only can they see every single thing that nobody else can see on Hyperliquid because nobody else has a node, nobody else has APIs, but everybody in the chat right now in the Zoom, they all have the API to Hyperliquid's data layer. This is institutional grade data that will be sold for thousands of dollars per month, and it's currently being sold for $4,850 right now. But everybody in the Zoom gets it for free, which is absolutely insane. So in order to make this even more insane, putting our swarm agent that we worked so hard on, that you're pulling from, putting that into the GitHub as well in a simple way, like I'm explaining, that's just so much alpha. That's so much alpha, and I can't wait to use this. Let's get it. Moondev, I paid for unlimited stream access. Good, dude. Fire, fire. That's a good choice. You made a good choice. Stone, 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 stone. Do I save the landing page? Yes. And you can also just email us as well. So much love to you. Thanks for joining. If you have billing questions, if you have anything about questions about what you bought, anything like that, feel free to shoot us an email at any time. We're here for you, and we're locked, dude. I'm locked every single day, every single day. So if you have any questions, let's go ahead and get it. Let's get it, dude. Let's get it. If you want to get on the inside and see everything that I'm building today, then join before the end of the stream. I should be here for a couple hours. I should be here for a couple hours. Let's get it. So let me simplify this significantly. Open router only, minimal files, and clean setup. Okay, let's see if we got this working yet. Okay, there we go. So this gets the positions, the fills for any address. Do you see how powerful this could be? You can literally get the fills for any address in microseconds. In microseconds. Everybody else is going to try to use the Hyperliquid API and be 10 seconds behind us. 10 seconds is an eternity when it comes to trading. This is why I'm just yelling and screaming about, dude, get into these lives, because I'm giving the API away for free. And if you're not in the lives, you literally are 10 seconds behind us on every single trade. You can't trade against us in the Zoom. You can't. We're the only, us 30 people in here, we're the only people in the world with this much speed on Hyperliquid. That is so sick. I told you, I'm going to make this so valuable every single day. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's go, dude. Anything I have, you have. Let's get it. Let's get it, dude. Let's get it. Come on. I'm putting these agents in here because this is going to help me frisk it, and it's going to help you frisk it. Come up with so many ideas. We have the API calls now. Now it really comes down to how are you going to generate alpha with this data? It's already alpha because it's 10 seconds faster than everybody else. We don't get rate limited either. So me and my crew, we are stepping on the gas, dude. We're stepping on the gas. You literally can't compete with us anymore. You can't. You can't. If you don't have this API, you can't compete. You can't trade against us. It just is what it is. And I told you I was going to make them look silly for not joining the live streams. If you're not in the lives, you're missing out on so much value, bro. Not just the live, but I'm making it sicker and sicker with APIs, apps, etc. Let's get it. So let's go ahead here and see the new vision. Add a simple, powerful AI swarm to the Hyperliquid data layer API. Chat with the director that understands all the endpoints. Get analysis from multiple AI models via open router only. So it's just one API key. Claude, you're so janky sometimes. It's insane. It just jumps all over the place. It's funny how it works like that. That's like the one downside of Claude is just like the jankiness of the terminal. So director gets the MoonDev API endpoints, distributes the data to 6+ models, files to create. Okay. Files to create. Step 1, create AI agents. Step 2, okay. Step 4, okay. CK, bro, slow down, bro. Slow down, CK. CK needs to slow down. You got to read, bro. Got to read, got to read. Read that page before you download the app in full, please. Don't download the app until you read that page entirely. Much love to you. I know we're all moving fast, trying to get to the bag, but please read that full page before you download the app. And I should probably put some instructions on how to get your private key. But if you can't get your private key, then it's just like I don't think it's you're ready for the app. You know, this is very, very early, so just be careful out there. I think Google and AI is your friend when it comes to getting your private key. Make sure to use a brand new account, but please make sure to watch those videos and read the whole page um, before bringing your support questions. I got you, dude, and I'm listening to the questions. I'm listening to them, and I will make the support page even better. But that's one good thing. How to get your private key. I just don't really want to dive into that because if you don't know how to get your private key, you're probably just not a good fit for the app yet. And it's just, just is what it is. It's a dangerous, dangerous game, dude. I'm only on my fourth week using the app, but please read that whole page and it should help you out a little bit. Update requirements.txt, update readme, okay. Use open router key, okay. I think this is Gucci, dude. So we're going to use 4.5. We're going to use GPT-5 mini. We're going to use Quinn 3, GLM 4.6, Gemini 2.5 Flash. This sounds good to me, dude. Let's get it. Okay, this is a big project because this is opening up everything. We have the API endpoints, right? You have the key now, right? But guess what, dude? Now we're going to have AI agents that can frisk this whole API. This changes the game. So not only do we have access to Hyperliquid's data layer, now on top of that, we have AI agents that have access to it. That's sick. That's sick.
You want a pair of shoes and they're at the store. They're really at the store. You just don't have it yet. It ain't like that shit don't exist. It's just really at the store. That's how I looked at my whole life. If I want it, if I believe I can have it, then that's my reality.
That's my reality, dude. So if you're having trouble with getting your quant app started, just hold your questions. I'll answer all of them at the end. You can download the app and stuff. All the links are here, Elira. All the links are here. Slow down, slow down, slow down and read the website where you got that offer. You just scroll down and add it if you want it. If you don't, then you just put it into your thing. You just go to the next page. But we all gotta slow down just a bit, just a bit. Hold your horses, Nico. Exactly. You know, one thing I learned about living out here is patience required. PR stands for patience required. And that's one of the best gifts I've gotten as a trader, as most traders lose their money because they're not patient. They got to enter right away. They're paying 3x every fee, you know, and they're not patiently going to wait for their trades to fill. And I think patience is one of those things that most traders don't have. And it's blaringly obvious a lot of times here in the stream, in the chat, in the Discord. Don't be their liquidity. Let's get it, Raymond. It's wartime. Scroll to the bottom and click the link. Exactly. Please read the docs. Please. Please read the docs. Please read all the things. When you do download the Quant app, make sure you're reading everything on that page. I don't write these words just for fun, but I get moving fast. Like I'm that guy as well. So when you do download this, please first off go watch these videos. There's a full training here, but read everything here. Keep your private keys safe. This is a self-hosted app. We never touch your funds. The keys don't go anywhere. Don't put your keys in Google Drive. Best practices, use a dedicated trading account. You can create a new Hyperliquid account here, save 10% on fees if you use the affiliate link. But here's installation instructions that will answer a lot of questions that we have. Apple's going to say it's a sketch app because I don't pay them $99. So they're going to say it's super sketch. And, it's good that they say that. They're trying to protect you. But if you do want to try out the beta, you can just follow these instructions to get around that. But if you want to wait till there's a polished version, maybe by the end of the year, I'll go ahead and pay Apple the fee, $99. But for now, it's just an early beta, and I just wanted to get it to you guys because people have been asking for it. Okay, let's see what she cooked. All done. Here's what I created. AI swarm, 3 clean files. So we got the init, the swarm agent, and the director agent. Okay. So director agent uses Gemini 2.5 Flash via Open Router. Why you do that, dude? I said to use the Grok. Okay. Yeah, but we want to use Grok 4 fast for the director agent. So update that. Thank you. If you get in before the end of the stream, you get the full replay and all the bonuses. So uses only Open Router API, no additional EMVs. Beautiful requirements.txt. Beautiful. Also do a full frisk on this to make sure that I'm not dropping any of my private keys in the GitHub. The API key is working for everybody. It's working for me. You can see my quant app is up. Is it not working for you? It should be working. Go ahead and check that out. There's the key again. If it's not working for you, maybe ask AI. Go to the docs, moondev.com/docs. If you see the quant app up on my screen, that means the API key that you're using is working because I'm using that API key too. But there might be errors on specific calls, so please do let me know if you do find one. Just try to be specific. I'm online also. So Kelly's confirming it's working. Okay, great. So maybe you're just calling it the incorrect way. I don't know, but maybe it's our error as well. So thank you for communicating that with me, and just keep throwing that in the chat if you do have errors. I'm here to help. So much love to you. So this is a epic project we're building right now. I'm pretty much building the AI agents into the Hyperliquid data layer, and that's fire because if they have access to everything, then yeah, we're going to be able to accelerate. So here is the GitHub, and it's actually on GitHub as well. So well, if you go to moondev.com/docs and read about the API, you can go ahead and click the GitHub as well. So I will upload this to GitHub. You can see Hyperliquid's data layer. You can read about it, understand where I'm coming from. I know there's a good amount of reading here, but there's just I only write things that are needed that you have to read. Like, I'm not just like there's no fluff here. It's you have to read this stuff. It's just it's all explained, all explained. And you can get this, star it, whatever, fork it, whatever. I'm gonna make it sicker and sicker. So today's update is freaking fire. Freaking fire, bro. Freaking fire. So let's see what the code's looking like. AI agents up here. Boom. AI agents, director agent, swarm agent. Boom, boom. Did we update the README as well? Let's go ahead and add to the README. Of course, this is not the main part of the README. It's just a way to work with the data through the AI agents so you can kind of understand everything. So please go ahead and update that in the README so they understand how to use that agents folder as well. Thank you. Okay, so let's see what she said about the API keys. Change this, okay, to use Grok. Not Grok, gang. Not Grok, not Grok. Let's go ahead here and let's say Grok for fast from XAI, not Grok for the director. Curl's working. Oh, the invalid. Yeah, you probably put in the wrong key or something. The private key, but good thing the curl's working. That confirms that it's working. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I hope that works for the debug. If you have questions, let me know. All right, this is absolutely sick. Let's see if I can get something else going in parallel. No, I don't think so. I have a big project that this is teeing off, and I want to go ahead and ask the swarm. That's why I started with this. I'm gonna grab a sip of coffee. All right, so let's go ahead and see how this does now. Let's go ahead here. Section has been updated. Okay. AI swarm. Okay, added clarification. XAI updated API key from Grok to XAI. Okay. So how do I use this is the question. Let's just go ahead and yeah, can you walk me through how I'd use it, how I'd talk to this in a nice flow where I can essentially just run a file and then be like, send my answers or my question to the director agent, and then she'll get the APIs, and then I can say continue to the swarm, or like maybe S for swarm, or type something else for continuing to talk to the director. And once I'm ready for the swarm, it'll disperse the APIs and the prompt for the other swarm of agents. But that's kind of the vision. So how do I run it? All right, let's go ahead and see here if she updated this as well. So this is the README API examples. We have 18 different examples here. moondev.com/docs.
Deal was already made. Deal was made. I set out at the beginning of the summer and said, this is the training plan I'm doing. I signed that contract with myself. I'm doing it. Throughout that process, you'll start talking to yourself like, man, I think I need to, maybe if we, nope. No, it's non-negotiable.
Open router. Through open router. No need for any other AI implementation. All will be through open router. You silly, silly girl. Lock the fuck in, dude. Jesus. Really Grok 3 fast? Come on, gang. Let's get it. Here's an example. Here's a direct example of me using Grok 4 fast through open router, so you can see how to use where we can use any model through open router. Don't add XAI, none of that. Come on, gang. Lock in, bro. Lock in. Lock in AI. You adding all these different things here. I don't want none of them. Let's lock in, bro. Sheesh. Grok 4 fast reasoning is the name. Let's go. Let's go. Lock in. Bro. Moon at algotradecamp.com. Just shoot an email. We'll make sure that you have lifetime access to everything. So any billing stuff, fam, just shoot us an email. I know everybody's got billion questions, and we got a billion answers for you, gang. So I don't think you guys want me to do customer support. I really don't think that. I think that you guys want me chasing Jim Simons, right? So please, like, if you got billing questions, anything, just hit us on email. Unless you want me to just keep stopping this and helping one person by one person, but that's obviously not the best use of time. So I've seen your message like 42 times, bro, and I'm excited for you. I know you're excited as well. So welcome to the family. And if you guys have any billing questions or anything like that, hit up our support, because we're there sitting locked, dude. I gotta have my support locked because they allow me to chase Jim Simons, who is a $31 billion man. And if I get focused chasing him, that all trickles down to everybody here. So much love to you. Thank you for being excited. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your enthusiasm. 777. Much love to everybody. Let's get it. Okay, so here we go. I think we're about to be done with this agent upgrade. So now everything runs through Open Router with one API key. Here's how to use it. So we run Python M agents. What the hell is this, dude? This is too tough. This type of call is too hard for me. I need it to be just a run a Python file. I just go in there and run the file. So let's update it so I can just run a file, and remember, keep it nice, simple. And also, let's go ahead and change the examples folder to be called API examples. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that part. That doesn't matter. I can change that. He uses AI for changing names of folders as well, actually. So AI everything, dude. AI everything. I'm gonna look into some MEV after this. I don't know if you know about MEV, but dang, dude, it's fire. Fire, fire, fire. It's gonna be tough to show to you guys, but I want to leak my edge because then I can go find a new edge. Done. Just run swarm.py. Okay. Yeah, but let's keep that in the AI agents folder, not outside of it. Nice and simple, dude. Nice and simple. Nice and simple. Lock in. Make it a little more simple for me, please. Run.py. Are you kidding me, gang? Come on, B. Yo, if it's 3 lines of code, let's just. I'm just gonna let it be. I'm gonna let it be. I'm gonna run this. I'm gonna run this. No .env, huh, gang? Lock in, bro. Lock in. Here, I'm gonna drop all the stuff here. Actually, I already did. So if you guys got questions, feel free to shoot us an email on support if it's a billing question. If it's strategy or something cooler, then definitely you can hit me here. Pip install .env. Oh, this is my bad, actually. I need to go to activate T-flow here. Conda activate T-flow. Okay. Lock in. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Damn. What the hell? So I got an error, bruh. Got a little bit of a bug here. Thank you. Does that $5 entry access the API? Absolutely. API key right there, bro. API docs, API key, API docs, API key. So I see new people coming in. Here's all the API keys, the docs, everything you need, everything that I promised on the front page. I'm gonna give that to you and more. And more, dude, and more. Okay, let's try it again. It should be interesting. Okay, so connecting to the Moondev API. So Moondev Swarm agent initialized. We got Claude Opus 4.5, GPT-5 Mini. Okay, Quen 3. Okay, GLM 4.6. Okay, Director, ask me anything. What are some things we can do based off of these APIs when it comes to MEV and yeah, making as much money possible with MEV, but avoiding sandwich attacking because I think that's unethical. So if you're gonna get into MEV, don't do anything sketch, bro, please. You know, there's like black hat stuff with MEV, and I think you should just stay without black hat anything in your life because that puts you in a bad vibe. And you know, if you're doing bad things, you're in a bad vibe, you're gonna attract bad people, you're gonna attract bad results, dude. So that's just how I think about life. Put out good energy. And that's why I ask for the 777s. I throw you 777 all the time because I want to make sure that we all just stay in a good vibe and keep chasing our dreams, dude. Let's get it. 777, dude. Let's get it. Just keep chasing whatever's in your mind's eye. You can have it all. Okay, so let's see here. This is interesting. Okay, so we have AI agents now in the GitHub of the Hyperliquid data, and you can go see everything on the docs page. So Moondev Guide to Ethical Hyperliquid MEV. If you want in, you can get in. Sorry, I forgot to block the screen, but it's blocked now. Great question, Moondev. We're all about leveraging Hyperliquid's data layer to uncover alpha while keeping things ethical, no sandwich attacks or front running user trades. MEV, maximal extractable value on Hyperliquid, a high speed perp DEX on its own L1 chain, often revolves around liquidations, arbitrage between exchanges, and reacting to order flow or whale activity in a fair way. These APIs give you real-time insights to build or inform MEV strategies like spotting liquidation opportunities or cross-exchange ARB without predatory tactics. Since Hyperliquid's protocol rewards liquidators transparently via HLP vaults and on-chain incentives, we can focus on ethical MEV plays like liquidation sniping, monitor positions near lick prices, and compete fairly to liquidate. Protocol approved, no user harm. Cross-exchange arbitrage, use order flow and price data to arb perps between Hyperliquid and centralized exchanges. Imbalance exploitation, detect buy sell pressure for backrunning large trades or providing liquidity during volatility. Whale smart money tailgating, track big players ethically to position for momentum, not front run. HLP delta plays, react to hyperliquidity provider HLP exposure. Okay. These can help maximize profits by timing entries, exits, or automating bots that extract value from market inefficiencies. Note, building actual MEV bots requires on-chain integration. Hyperliquid's SDK, but our APIs feed the intel. Okay. Quick examples of what we can do. Liquidation MEV setup. So use position data to find whales near lick, then snipe when they tip over.
At the store, they're really at the store. You just don't have it yet. It ain't like that shit don't exist. It's just really at the store. That's how I looked at my whole life. If I want it, if I believe I can have it, then that's my reality.
That's my reality, dude. That's my reality. Whatever I see in my mind's eye, I can have. I know that for a fact. And you can too. I believe in you, dude. I don't care what anybody tells you, dude. You can do anything you want in this world. Let's get it. Compare Hyperliquid ticks with multi-exchange licks to spot pricing edges. Okay. Long Hyperliquid BTC if Bybit shorts are cascaded. So order flow MUV watches imbalances for background opportunities, provide liquidity post large trades to capture spreads, sentiment driven value. If HLP is heavily short, retail is long. Position for reversals and extract via delta neutral strats. Okay. To get started, on a specific play, let's say you want to explore liquidation based MEV for profit potential. Here's a concrete analysis using our APIs. Get positions, get liquidations, get HLP liquidators, get all liquidations. I'm going to say no just so I want you to get every single API call and some of the data. I want you to get the data for every single API call. So you can call the APIs right now and get all the data and then explain that I want to explore MEV opportunities with this data. Send that back to me, and then we're going to send that to the swarm. I don't know if she can do that, but we'll see. I don't know what I just built. Big Sean. Big Sean's got his mind right. He's had his mind right for a long, long time. I'm a director agent, okay? Since fetching all endpoints would generate massive data, thousands of trades. I'll propose a comprehensive plan. Okay, let's go ahead and say yes. Yes here. Okay, so you can see she's fetching data from Hyperliquid API key. 10 minutes, 1 hour. Damn, dude. Get all liquidations. This is broken. 12 hours, 7 day. Let's just double check on our node here to make sure that's all good. I'm getting some errors on the app side for these calls. Can you make sure that they're good? So we got liquidations. We got HLP sentiment. Yeah, dude, this is freaking fire, bro. Getting deltas. I think this might be too big of a call, but you see where I'm going with this, right? I want opinions from all these different AIs, dude. So that's far. It's far, far, far. I see some new people are coming in, so let's get the API keys to them. So Claude Opus says an error. DeepSeek R1. Gemini 2.5 Flash. Let's get it. I just put all the goodies, all the freebies in here. Put them in the Zoom. Feel free to share that within the Zoom. Don't share it with the ops though. Oh, so you're gonna become an op real quick. You don't want to be a Moondot op. Because then every time you open your Twitter, you're gonna be so pissed because Moondot's gonna be there under your skin. Okay, this is sick, dude. Beautiful. So I just built this out. So it essentially, oh, we got error though. It can go ahead and ask all the AIs. Go Google Open Router and see what the actual the thing is. But we got an error with this Open 4.5. Everything else looked good though. Thank you, Shorty. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Much love to you. Much love to you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Okay, so R1, this is good, dude. This is good. I'm gonna go ahead and start writing these ideas down because this is what I'm trying to get into. I want to use this Hyperliquid node to do things I couldn't do without the node. You know, I have the node now, so let's get it. And then I'm actually gonna send all of this over to um I'm gonna send it on over to the actual node itself. And I think that's going to be interesting. We're going to get a lot of good ideas here today. And then over the coming weeks, we're going to just execute day by day, piece by piece. Build, baby, build, baby. Let's get it. So based on Hyperliquid liquidation data and positions, here are some actionable MEV opportunities. Okay, critical new opportunity, imminent large liquidations, XMR. A single address holds multiple XMR positions, totaling 316K at risk right now. Positions are concentrated between 640 and 644 entry prices. Dude, this is insane already. Let me turn this. Jeez, dude. How are you going to tell me that? Between 640. Let's go to XMR here. XMR. That's Monero, I believe. Yeah. Holy helly, dude. They just spotted an opportunity. Oh my God. I blow my own mind here. They just spotted an opportunity on XMR that I would not have spotted unless I went through every single symbol. Jesus, dude. Wow. So I'm going to write that down. AI spotted a large potential liquidation on XMR that I can capture. So there's a $316,000 position that's going to get liquidated right here. And this is a hell of a run up, dude. That's a hell of a run up. Is that going to get taken out? I'm like 80% sure. I don't know, though. I don't know. I don't know. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Am I going to take this trade? I don't know about that either. But damn, that's a good insight. That's a good insight. I'm trying to see here. Where is that possible to even get that exposure? You can get it on Hyperliquid, maybe. I don't know. I don't even know if Hyperliquid has XMR. It has to, right? Because that's where the data is coming from. Duh, XMR. So 10x leverage. Okay, and this is on Felix's perps. Somebody is looking to get smoked here, but it can easily go like this first. That's the tricky part of trading, right? This, if you're using too much leverage, smokes you. So this is super interesting already. Already. So I wrote that one down. Single address positions are concentrated between 640 and 644. Okay. BTC short squeeze setup. It looks like there is 24-hour data shows 1.56 million in BTC short liquidations versus only 1.18 million in longs. Multiple positions near liquidation. Okay. 0.6 and 1.3% distance. And I can see that as well over here. 0.6 and 1.6. You can see this BTC lick here, 736K. Actionable tactics here, coin specific MEV, target XMR, 38 liquidations. And Melania, 11 liquidations, but that's smaller. For directional plays, XMR liquidation cluster at 640. Set stop hunting bots below this level. Okay. See full response in logs. Interesting, dude. Okay, so I want to update this. Also, I want to update this so it prints out the full responses for all of them. Right now, it's showing full response in logs, which, is cool, but it's kind of trash at the same time. I want to see everything in the terminal. Let's get it, gang. Okay, dude. So Hyperliquid dominance in recent liquidations in the last 10 minutes. Hyperliquid accounts for for a significant majority of the liquidations by count. Okay. Because remember, the API allows us to get liquidations for Hyperliquid, but also Bybit, also Binance, also OKX. MEV opportunity analysis, Hyperliquid exchange data, critical MEV opportunities identified. This is from GLM. So they're pointing out the XMR. This is the type of stuff that I can't do. I can't find this. I can't find this stuff by hand, dude. So this is amazing that we all have this API key to Hyperliquid's data layer and nobody else has this. Cross exchange MEV windows. Okay. Hyperliquid dominance, volume arbitrage. A lot of these are going to be similar, but I kind of like it. You already provided API dumps. I reviewed the Hyperliquid cross exchange liquidation position at HLP data. The picture concentrated high leverage BTC and XMR positions. So XMR, like, okay, essentially the idea that I get from this is it's saying there might be a BTC short squeeze and an XMR long liquidation. So that's an easy pairs trade. I don't know though. This is not, I can't give financial advice. I don't know what's going to happen in the future. All I can do is generate ideas for myself and show you over the shoulder. So let's get it, dude. MEV opportunity analysis from Hyperliquid liquidation data. The data reveals that several key MEV, minor extractable value or maximum, whichever way you want to say it, primarily around liquidation front running. Okay. High value liquidation clusters. This Felix XMR about to get smoked, dude.
So don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Everything else is secondary. Stay hungry, stay foolish.
Stay hungry, stay foolish, stay stepping on the gas, stay less skin. Okay, beautiful. So analysis complete here. Now, this is interesting. I want to be able to go ahead and say this. So when it says analysis complete here, I should be able to ask the swarm another question or type in, let's say, D or something to go back to the director. So after it's done, I'm able to ask the whole swarm just by typing whatever I want. And then each one of them will respond, print out the full thing. Or I can go back to the director. You see what I'm saying? So it's just sitting there on a continuous loop. This is sick. This is sick, dude. This is sick because it has access to all the APIs that we have in this folder. And I'm going to make sure that this is all on GitHub. It's already there, the APIs at least. And you have the API key. So yeah, this is sick, dude. This is going to be a sick folder, sick file that anybody can use. So if you've never used an AI swarm before, well, you're going to have all the code for that by the end of this, buddy. So let's get it. You come here, dude. You get on my side, bro. I'm gonna overvalue you every single day. I'm gonna make sure that $5 is the best, bro. The best. The best $5 you spend all week. Let's get it, bro. Let's get it. All right, so I'm gonna kill this here because I want to look at this from a different way. Okay, you got Sonet 4. Why are you using Sonet 4, gang? Whatever. That's fine. We can tinker with that as long as we want. You got all the open router models, and yeah, that's all you need, bro. That's all you need. That's all you need, dude. I'm gonna give you everything you need plus cheese. If you get in before the end of this stream, you get access to the whole replay. You get access to the API key. You get the MoonDev, the Quant app beta. You get the algo trading roadmap. I'm trying to overvalue for $5, dude. I want to make sure that this is the best $5 you ever spend every single day. Okay, let's go ahead and see here. So I want to extract maximum value using MEV. So I want you to look at all the API calls and then get this ready for a swarm to all look into the best ways. And you have to, the key here is to be as specific as possible about the top 3 ways to run MEV here using this Hyperliquid node that we have access to. Okay. Data portal, premium access can't get in while I'm entering my API key. Did I type this wrong? Data portal. Works for me, gang. It's the full key. It's the full key. This needs to be a little more after asking the director, it just shows this moon, but I have no idea what to do here. I should be able to say, keep working with the director or continue asking the swarm. And then it needs to be very clear. Thank you. moondev.com/data/data. If you put it into the app, it should work, but go ahead and drop any screenshots or anything in the Discord or here. Or here, or here. See what she cooks, dude. Okay, beautiful. Let's get it. Okay, I'm gonna put that same prompt in there because that one was nasty. I said I want to extract maximum value, dude. I want to extract maximum value, maximum. Director is thinking. We got the director here. Okay. Keep chatting or ask for specific analysis. So, gang, this just doesn't make sense. So after I send to the director, this prompt or this next thing should say, send to swarm, and I do one thing. Maybe type in one or whatever it may be. I don't know. It just needs to be much more clear. Like what's after you sending to the director. Well, the next step is I want to be able to send it to the swarm or I want to reply to the director again. By default, we could make it like press one to send a swarm or type whatever you want in order to keep talking with the director before sending to the swarm. We just have to be very clear on what happens after you send to the director the first time because I know what's going on, but again, this is a public GitHub, so they don't know. Yo, DJ, how are you, bro? Good to see you. Love seeing the fam in here. Fam bam. The fam band. If you get in before the end of the stream, you get access to the API keys. Yes. Dunkski, how are you, bro? Yes, I see a bunch of questions in the public. I'm not listening to the public anymore because the public's got ops in it. Throw me $5 and you're not an op anymore. I'll give you the API key to the data layer that costs $4,850. I'll give you the quant app that costs $4,850. I'll give you my all every single day. I promise you that. If you lock in. Zoom only, private streams. Everybody else, you can't see anything, dude. You can't see my code anymore. Why? Because I got hackers out on the outside. They don't want me to share this anymore. Okay, that's fine. I won't share it anymore. It's private streams only. Let's get it. Okay, let's try this again. And then when this is done, I want to go ahead and upload this to the GitHub so you can have it. Okay, director is thinking here. So beautiful. Let her think. Think faster. Think faster. There you go, shorty. So S equals send director's response to the swarm for multi AI analysis or type something else if you want to keep talking to the director. Send that shit. Gemini 2.5 Flash didn't work. GLM 4 didn't work. We're going to get this all good. Don't worry. So let's go to open router. Open router models. Okay. Yeah, look at this. Look at this page, dude, because Gemini 2.5 Flash and GLM4 both failed. So let's go find Gemini 2.5 Flash here. This is Open Router. I hope you use it. I hope you use this, dude. Gemini 3 Flash preview. Okay. GLM 4.7. Here, I got the names for you. So GLM. And then let's go ahead and grab this name here. Copy. Okay, what else did you break at, bro? What else didn't work? Damn, that's some fire here. Some fire. Okay, GLM. So there's the names for those two. So they do work. Let's run it back. I see some people are coming in here. So if you're new here, thanks for coming through. Much love to you. I'm dropping all those resources, the fucking fat resource drop here, the API keys, the docs, the quant app, the roadmap, literally making this the most fire $5 you'll ever spend. So lock in with me and we will go ahead and chase Jim Simons every single day for the rest of my life, dude. Okay, I want to just see this work, and then I want to read through these responses and see if I come up with any MEV ideas. Then I want to talk to my node in order to do the same thing. Actually, I'm going to do that now. I have the node open here. So you can see here, got the node. So I want you to look at this node. We have direct access to Hyperliquid's data, the node, and we get it faster than anybody else. I'm ready for MEV now. So go ahead and essentially look through everything that we have access to, even more than just the APIs we have access to. I mean, we built the APIs. We're serving the API because we have the specifics to the node. But essentially, I want you to go through your knowledge of MEV and figure out the absolute best MEV opportunities that only we can execute because we have direct access to Hyperliquid's node and nobody else has this. And the people that do use the APIs, they're 10 seconds behind us. They have no chance. They're absolutely cooked. Only me and the people in my private Zooms have access to this node and the APIs. So we can get absolutely off this year before anybody else launches a node. It was hella hard to do. So we have a huge head start here. I want you to come up with your 5 top MEV opportunities that I should go ahead and research deeply. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and give her an ultra think here. No need to code anything, but if there is something that we would need to code, we can go ahead and run this. We can do that code later, but I just want you to think about this and see what opportunities we have because you are the server that has direct access to the node because we're running this Hyperliquid node. Okay, so this is going to be fire as well, dude. So ultra think. All right, she's going to go ahead and do that. Sick. I'm going to let her go. Okay, beautiful. Can I run this on Replit? You can run it on your anywhere, dude. Download the app. Nice. It says Hyperliquid account. Okay. Now I seriously have to continue my job. I heard yesterday you not doing this and I hopped in. I did not miss it. Nice. I mailed you already for the other services. Nice. Okay. Peace, bro. Much love to you. Thanks for coming through. Have fun at your job. Okay. So proceed with this plan. Let's read it. So maximizing MEV Hyperliquid, top 3 strategies using the MoonDev Hyperliquid data layer. So as MoonDev's director agent, I'll focus on leveraging our Hyperliquid data APIs for maximal extractable value. Analysis and preparation. Hyperliquid's L1 enables MEV through liquidations, arbitrage, and order flow manipulation. Sketchword. But our APIs are read-only for real-time intel, ideal for scouting, backtesting, and signaling a swarm to execute. We can't directly submit TXs here, but this data powers off-chain MEV connected. I need to put that on my list, dude, because I want to know what the difference is how do I run a validator that can submit transactions as right now we have a read only node? What are the steps and the point of running a validator? I think a validator, you're able to like submit transactions. So you can see what she said there. MEV on Hyperliquid thrives on its fast L1 data, HLP, Hyperliquid provider dynamics, and perp trading. API key APIs for MEV are get positions, user positions, lick targets, get order flow, get large trades. You have all this. moondev.com/docs. For flow prediction, get latest tick, get events. For price event arbitrage, get liquidations, get all liquidations. For cross exchange edges, use these to feed a swarm of continuous monitoring. Here are the top 3 strategic strategies ranked by feasibility. Okay, so what I want you to do is this. So I want you to prepare this in more of a way like, hey, here's our API key, our API, not our keys. Don't show our keys. Here are our API calls. And we are going to propose a question to the swarm. So instead of you giving them ideas, I want you to propose the question of what are the top 3 MEV opportunities with these APIs that you have access to? And then what is the one thing that you would request access to that would change the game when it comes to MEV? So the top 3 ideas you have for MEV based off of what we have, and the top 1 idea to add into the node that will make an even better MEV opportunity. So I want you to get the API keys, state the question like that, knowing we're going to send it to 5, 6 different other AIs. Okay, so that is a good update here, in my opinion. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. What capital is required to start trading with this bot? This is not a bot. This is not a bot you can plug and play. I cannot tell you how much capital to use, as there is no plug and play bot. There's nothing plug and play, gang. Nothing plug and play. Sorry, bro. Sorry, dude. Nothing plug and play around here. You have to bring your own ideas, your own approach to the markets. I built the quant app in order to beat bumpers around my trading, but I'm not going to tell you how to like trade it. I can't tell you, I can't give you financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I can give you the tools that I'm using. You can read or watch the videos here on the link I sent you for the quant app. This will give you intel on how I personally use the quant app, but just watch these videos after the stream. Essential before you start. Essential before you start. If you don't watch these videos, you're absolutely cooked, and please do not download the app. Do not download the app if you're not going to watch these videos, because this is an hour and a half of me showing you step by step how to use the quant app. I can't give you a strategy. I can give you tools that you run on your computer to put bumpers around your trading. But this is very, very early beta. So make sure your exchange is open. I'll never tell you how much you can trade or how to trade. When I get questions like what capital is required to start trading with this bot, that scares the motherfucking shit out of me, dude. I'm not a financial advisor. There's nothing plug and play around any of this stuff. Nothing plug and play. There's no plug and play bot. Could you imagine buying something for $5 and then a plug and play bot? No fucking way, dude. No fucking way. If you want a plug and play bot, you have to pay me like 500 racks minimum, because the edge will deteriorate. Alpha DK. So please look that up. Please look that up. There's no such thing as a plug and play bot anywhere on the internet. If somebody says plug and play, make some money off a bot, you're about to get liquidated. They're about to steal your money. I promise you, dude. It's just math. If I told you 50 people right now that, hey, in Florida, behind the building in Miami, that the address is here, there's $1 million. If I told 50 people, how long you think that $1 million is going to be there? Not very long, right? So same thing with bots. You have an edge. If you share it with everybody, that edge is going to deteriorate fast. So Thank you for asking that question. I really need to lean into how I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing is plug and play around here. Nothing is easy. This isn't a get rich quick. That's why I got kicked off YouTube. I think at least because they look at all this trading bot stuff as get rich quick. I've never promoted it as a get rich quick. I'm always super cautious with that stuff. I always try to communicate clearly that you got to bring your own ideas. You know, I am a researcher. I am building bots, and I can speak about the ideas I'm creating. And I hope it triggers some really great ideas for you. But if we all run the same thing, it's gonna go to zero. So there's just nothing plug and play. All right, so let's see here. Beautiful. So it went through and did that. I want to read through these because I think there's going to be some really great ideas that I can write on my list and then start attacking. I also have this done, which is huge because that's the actual node. So I'm going to skim through this here really quickly. Okay, they're all working. Gemini 3 Flash this is a solid foundation from the director. However, to truly extract value, we need to move past generic sandwich talk, which is harder on Cloud. We don't want to do sandwiches. It's too sketch. Top 3 MEV opportunities. The HLP delta neutral ARB. Okay. The play. HLP Vault must stay relatively delta neutral. When a massive whale trade occurs, the HLP takes the other side and becomes overexposed. It then must hedge that delta on external venues like Binance or Bybit via its own internal logic. Action. Monitor HLP deltas. When HLP delta exceeds a specific threshold, front run the HLP's inevitable rebalancing. Interesting, dude. That's a really good idea. HLP has to stay delta neutral. So if we see them get a little out of whack, there's a free trade there because they have to get back in whack. They have to stay neutral. HLP is their market maker. That's really interesting. Okay, sick. I love this so far. Strategy B, liquidation cascade front running. Okay, so we can front run liquidation cascades. That's interesting. That's interesting. I mean, we've looked into that. Liquidation cascade. Okay, strategy C, cross exchange funding rate ARB. Okay, cross exchange funding rate ARB. Interesting. Critical assessment here. So liquidation and front running reality check. Okay, I want to get some new ideas. Enhanced MEV opportunity framework. HLP delta momentum trading. So use HLP's delta combined with HLP sentiment. When HLP deltas show extreme positioning, like 80% directional, fade the move on momentum exhaustion. Retail typically overextends positions, creating mean reversions opportunities. Okay, that's interesting as well. So remember that HLP is kind of acting as a sentiment provider, and sentiment is very hard to get these days. So when HLP's deltas show extreme positioning, fade the move on momentum exhaustion. I'm gonna put this on my notes. Dude, this game is forever. Jim Simon says there's always new anomalies appearing in the market. You just have to go find them. And one of the best ways to find anomalies is to separate yourself with a data edge. Now we have a data edge. Everybody else trading on Hyperliquids, they're 10 seconds behind us, the people in this chat right now. If you're in the Zoom or you get into the Zoom before the end of the day, you get the API key. So let's get on this side. If you're on the ops side, you're cooked. You're way behind us. You're way behind, bro. You're way behind. You can see I'm about to enter, actually. I'm 0.26% away. We'll see how this goes. Wish me luck, dude. 0.4%. What time is it? At 9:30? Okay. So smart money shadow trading. So cross venue arbitrage could be interesting. I'm gonna keep it. That's actually interesting. So large hyperliquid trades often create temporary price dislocations on smaller exchanges. Execution window 2 to 5 seconds. That's actually really good because if there is a big, or when there is a big, when there is a big liquidation on hyperliquid, we can get into a delta neutral trade by taking the lick side, taking the lick on HL and hedging on like extended or somewhere we can earn perp points as well. That's fire, dude. That's fire because then it's no risk, right? If I'm long on one venue and short on another venue, gang, let's go. I couldn't have thought of this stuff without what I built today. So already today is a big dub for me. I hope it's a dub for you as well. Much love to you. The game changing API addition. We didn't read that one here actually up top. The missing data addition, the request, the validator level pending order stream. While Hyperliquid doesn't have a mempool where transactions sit for seconds, there is a micro window between an order hitting a validator and it being committed to the state. Why it's a game changer. If Moondev can ingest a sub millisecond stream of pending but not yet matched orders, that's interesting. We'll ask about it, but I think it's a little too fast. I think it's a little too fast. Hyperliquid's a little too fast. I want to look into that. So I'll put it on my question sheet here. Questions for Node. Is HL too fast for this? That's the question, but I'll go ahead and ask that later. Let's see what Sonet's idea was to add. Okay, so the game-changing API addition here. Real-time funding rate prediction engine. Okay, get funding predictions. Ooh, that's a good idea as well. We predict funding rates. This would provide predictive funding rates based on current positioning and order flow, early signals for funding arbitrage opportunities, cross-asset funding divergence. Dude, there's so many opportunities now that we have connection to this node. I'm like, I got the chills with ideas, dude. This would provide predictive funding rates based on current positioning and order flow, early signals for funding rate ARBs. Why this matters. Funding rate arbitrage is one of the most consistent MEV strategies in perp markets, but requires predictive rather than reactive data. Facts, B. Facts. I love this. So predictive. Yes. Okay. This is a future idea here. This is sick. So I'm going to put these predictive and real time predictive engine because if we can predict the funding rate, we can get ahead of all of the other funding rate arbitrage people. Okay, let's see what GPT-4o, her bunk ass says. Liquidation front running. Okay, order flow, sandwich attacks. Don't want to do sandwich attacks. I'm not even going to look at that. Whale tracking and smart money signals. By monitoring whale activities and smart money flows, traders can anticipate significant market moves, engaging in predictive MEV based on this data. Set up machine learning models to predict future price movements. I mean, if you can predict future price, you're Gucci. So I'm gonna drop that for now. Additional insights, cross exchange arbitrage, conclusion. Okay, let's see what Quen does. She's pretty sick. So API endpoints overview, whale tracking, the mention of get whales, HLP, top 3 MEV opportunities. So liquidation cascades. So okay, cascades, we thought about that. Get imbalance here, get hyperliquid. Liquidators, order flow imbalances, and sandwich attacks. Don't want to do sandwiching. I'm not going to even look at that. I don't want to be tempted. Smart money and whale flow arbitrages here. Track whales. When a whale enters a large position arbitrage, the price discrepancy between Hyperliquid and other exchanges. Ooh, that's actually smart. That's smart because if a whale enters on Hyperliquid, yeah, dude. Yeah. If a whale enters on Hyperliquid on HL, the price is going to be off and we can get delta neutral, get delta neutral on extended or what another exchange. This is sick, dude, because that's free points. And you know, I need those points, dude. I got these cheeseburgers. I just need some of these points, dude. Game-changing API addition here. The director asked for a game-changing API pending transaction mempool. Okay, so the same one. Beautiful. Let's see what GLM 45 or 47 says. Expert says this sandwich attacks, but I'm not going to look into that. top 3 actionable here. The liquidation cascade sniper. This is the most aggressive strategy using the liquidation endpoints. The setup, get liquidation 1 minute to spot a large liquidation that just occurred. The strategy, large liquidations on Hyperliquid trigger aggressive market sells to close the position. This causes a momentary price dislocation. I'm liking that though. When a liquidation happens on Hyperliquid, the price is going to be way off and different on other exchanges. So we can just get delta neutral and make a little bit of profit, but also gain points. And points are just getting paid. It's just dollars. Points are dollars in my mind. Points are dollars in the future, possibly. Smart money toxic parasite. Instead of trying to predict the market, piggyback on the winners, the setup. Get smart money signals, time frame, and get whales. The strategy. Identify wallets that have a high win rate on large positions. So filter get whales for accounts that increase position size over 100K in the last 5 minutes. Cross-reference the get money signals. If the signals align with the whales position, enter the trade immediately. Interesting. Okay. HLP sentiment reversal, the casino arbitrage. This is a contrarian play using HLP endpoints. The setup, use HLP sentiment. Again, we're watching HLP, which is the biggest market maker that turned $1,000 to $113 million, watching every single trade that they have. The strategy, HLP essentially is the house. When retail traders are all on one side, usually wrong. The house, HLP, is positioned the other way. Execution, if get HLP sentiment indicates HLP is net long, meaning traders are aggressively shorting. Look for long entry signals. If get HLP sentiment indicates HLP is net short, look for short entry signals. Validate with get imbalance to ensure the retail pressure is peaking. Okay. Why it works. You are aligning yourself with Hyperliquid's protocol profit incentive, which is statistically favored. The game-changing one API addition here, to rule them all. If I could request one single data endpoint to supercharge MEV on Hyperliquid, it would not be more historical data. It would not be more historical data. Okay. Thanks for letting me know, bro. What it is, a stream of orders that have not been submitted or have been submitted, but the sequencer has not matched it. Okay. They keep saying this. So cool. I like it.
Capture that feeling. That's the easiest way to manifest what you want.
Okay, so let's see what DeepSeek had to say. Liquidation cascade, HLP sentiment contrarian, whale position trapping. Whale position trapping. Get users position address, get contracts, action, monitors wallets or whales near liquidation prices, pre-position orders at their 0.05 to 10 cents above or below threshold. Hyperliquid engine or edge. Whale accounts are tagged publicly. No need to heuristic detection. Game-changing data requests here. So why request HLP balance intent? HLP signal rebalancing in advanced OTC, real-time access, direction long short, target size, time horizon. Okay. Enables preemptive ARB across Hyperliquid and centralized exchanges. Leaking it would be the ultimate MEV edge. Execution risks and mitigations. Validation plan upgrade. Okay, this is provided some great ideas. What I want to do here is go ahead and now look through my node. Here's all of the fun pack I just dropped. Wishy says I'm basically using the position data to try to maximize entry price costs. Wicks would be caused by liquidation near trade signal. That it's basically MEV. All right, Wishy's ahead of everybody. Basically unbeatable. The quant app and war protocol. Let's get it. Martins, that was not a stupid question. If you could, you should gather a consent from all models to check if they merge on the same trend or oppose. My 2 cents. Thank you, dude. I appreciate you. I'm going to go ahead and get this all added. Get add dot, get commit. So everybody has access to it. Get commit /m. AI agent swarm added. to discover to enable the discovery of how to use the API, the Hyperliquid liquid data layer APIs. Okay, so we're adding in the director agent, the run, the swarm, the sentiment, HLP, and HLP. Let's go ahead and say git push here. And then I want to do one more thing when it comes to MEV, but I got a fat list of ideas now. Git repo URL. Yes. If you go to the link here, here we go. It's all here in the docs. So just go to the docs here, and then you'll have access to the GitHub. So the docs here, moondev.com/docs. Let's click that. Here's all of the examples, how to use it, and then the GitHub is here. So I just updated it now. You can see now. I hope I don't have my keys in it, but maybe I do. .env example here. Moondev API key and open router. 2 keys. Beautiful. 2 keys. That's all you need. And you guys have one of those keys in the chat. You could read about the Hyperliquid data layer I built. I had to build this for the Quant app, and it is absolutely fire. There's one more thing I want to go over when it comes to this MEV stuff, and that's directly on my node here. So she's connected. She is the node. She's in the node. She is the node. This is the node. I'm SSH'd into the node. How long can we use these keys? Until tomorrow. Tomorrow there will be a new one. Every day there's a new key. This is a $4,800 API that you guys get for $5 for one day. So if you want it every single day, you can still do the math. It's a fucking gravy train. It's fucking fire deal. But I want to make sure that these Zooms are so fire. And I want to make sure that anybody that doesn't join feels like an idiot, bro. How could you pass up on Hyperliquid's data layer, dude? You get that API for 24 full hours, which would cost you hundreds of dollars for 24 hours. Anyways, now I have the complete picture. This is again on the node, on the Hyperliquid data layer. I'm SSH'd into it right now. So this is direct access, talking about the top 5 MEV opportunities now that we have access to the Hyperliquid node. And there's one more thing I do want to ask after this. So we'll go through this real quick. I have such a great list of ideas that I can just attack piece by piece. I didn't have this node a week ago, so I'm extremely excited about these ideas so far. So your edge summary, node access, okay. Real time versus 10-second delay, all fills, okay. Every trade on the platform. Chain state, okay. Full 970 MB snapshots every 13 minutes. HLP tracking, 7 strategy addresses, those HLP positions data, all positions. Okay. Liquidation cascade. Okay. She's talking about that again. You see large positions approaching. Okay. So the thing is I don't even trade liquidation cascades and they all say to trade that. It's interesting. Evidence from your data. Popcat, $28 million liquidation cascade. HLP liquidator lost 158 racks on that. If you get in before the end of the stream, you get all the bonuses plus the replays. HLP counter trading here, proven edge. The opportunity from your HLP analysis, you discovered HLP loses money on meme coins, but makes money on majors. But that's 4 days of data, so don't hold that too hard. When HLP takes a position in toxic coins, smart money is on the other side. Your data proves this. The counter trade, when HLP takes large meme coin positions, they have to. Smart money knows this and trades against them. You fade HLP's forced positions, profit when they inevitably close. That's interesting, dude. God. So based on 4 days data, which isn't enough, based on data, HLP loses money when they take on meme coin liquidations. So if this holds true, longer, then we have an edge where that nobody else has access to. We can just counter trade those meme coin backstop, because that's what it is, backstop liquidations. Yeah, dude, fuck, I'm excited. Damn. Damn. How can I find help? If it says you have $0 balance, what do you mean, dude? Like if you have $0 in your wallet, then you have $0 balance. I can't help you if unless you like state the question better than that. He says, I've installed the Quant app and entered the Hyperliquid private key on my new dedicated account. Okay. I only see $0 as the balance on the app. How can I find help, please? What do you mean, dude? Like, you want me to fund your account? Is that what you're asking for? Or what are you at? What are you asking? You want me to throw the 20 cents up in there, bro? Like, what are you asking, dude? Please help me. I'm down to help you, my guy, but what the heck do you need help with? You need help with funding? I'm not going to fund you. I'm not going to send you 20 cents or but yeah, if you could say your question clearly, I'll definitely help. Um, your existing infrastructure here tracks HLP net delta, tracks liquidator activation, Z-score calculation already built in. The signal, if HLP net delta on meme coin becomes extreme, and they have toxic. I already got the idea. That's awesome. That's an awesome idea that I could not think about myself. Liquidator activation signal here, 100% win rate discovered. It's from your HLP analysis. Liquidator 2 and 3 have 100% win rates. Oh, fuck. Yes, dude. Liquidator. Okay, HLP liquidator so far has a 100% win rate. Copy trade them. And I can only we can copy trade that fast. Because remember, there's a lag. There's a fat lag that we don't have because you have the API key. And if you get in before the end of the day, you're going to have the API key all day. Let's get it. Liquidator 2 and 3 goes from 0 to positions. They've identified a high probability liquidation target. So I'm just going to follow them. Why this works. These liquidators are selective. Only BTC, only ZEC. Well, I don't think that's true. It's just based off of what the data saw. So I'll have to check back in a couple, maybe a week or so. They only activate when it's a sure thing. So main liquidator activities or activates on everything, loses on meme coins. Interesting. So the selective ones, it seems like 1 and 2 works on everything. Or what is it? 2 and 3? Yeah, 2 and 3. So it looks like their liquidator.
So don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Everything else.
That's beautiful.
Stay hungry. Stay foolish.
Beautiful. So 2 and 3 look like they grab good liquidations. The other one takes toxic ones. Let me answer a couple of these questions here. Make sure it's a Moondav looking at Pax G short near liquidation, but don't see it in the list of potential coins. What do you mean potential coins? You see Pax G, you don't see it in the list of this here? Or what are you saying? Yes. Yeah, it's not on there. I just put some coins on there. I just put a few coins on there that I thought were interesting. Oh, in the actions tab, yeah, it's only Bitcoin. This Coin app only works for Bitcoin. If you're trading anything else right now, you're smoked. You're not smoked. It's just I'm building this Coin app for myself, and I think especially in a low liquidity market right now, I wouldn't trade anything other than Bitcoin, especially with 40x leverage. You're welcome. Cool. Thank you. Let's see. Is the data and the backtest above the Quant app included? Because it tells it, yeah, same API key. Should be the same API key, at least. If it doesn't work, just let me know. I have 2 different API key wallet addresses on Hyperliquid. I think my balance is not linked with the right address. Yeah, you got to make sure that you put your whatever private key you put in there, it's going to grab the wallet address for that or the wallet amount for that. I'm trading Solana, Wishy says. Wishy always comes in with the Randa. You're trading Solana, bro. Not through Quant app, are you? Maybe you can. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I've only traded BTC and I only plan to trade BTC with the Quant app. So I'm only building it for Bitcoin for now. Uh, I think that's like one of my safety measures, right? Because as a degenerate 40x trader, my mind goes to, oh yeah, let me go ahead and jump on this coin. Let me jump on that coin. And then all of a sudden I'm trading two coins and I get liquidated on both. Oh, you're using the data layer API? Sick, Wishy. That's fire. Okay, so a couple more ideas here, but damn, I'm on fire. I got some mad ideas today. Some mad ideas, B. So funny rate squeeze prediction. So funny rates on perps are determined by position imbalance. Extreme funding equals overextended traders equals squeeze incoming. Your data advantage. You see real-time open positions from the node. You can calculate funding before it's published. 10 seconds is enough to position before the squeeze. The pattern, very negative funding, shorts paying longs. Everyone is short. Price rises despite shorts. Short squeeze brewing signal, go long before squeeze. Very positive funding. How do you do that though? That's an interesting thing. So predicting the funding rate could be very, very cool because we do have a 10-second edge on everybody. So how would we predict it? Like, what's the model that they're using in order to create the funding rate, I guess? And then how would we predict it? Because that could be super fucking far. Okay, so I just wrote that on my note sheet, but damn, I got a thick note sheet. She thick. She thick. No sugar, no cream. Let's get it. The pattern, very negative. Okay, combined with HLP sentiment, you already checked the HLP net delta with Z scores. When HLP is over 2 sigma, more short than usual, retail over leveraged long. Funding is positive and extreme. What to build? Real-time funding rate tracker from the node. Okay, that is on my list and super sick. So whale order flow front running. You have whale addresses tracked with 10-second advantage. You can see their positions before public APIs. The data you have for, clearinghouse, the strategy, track 100 whales by P&L. If whale changes significantly, then enter the same direction. Whale has informational edge. I don't know about that, but priority ranking for research, immediate next steps, no code yet. Liquidation cascade, backtest, HLP meme coin pattern loss. I'm very interested in that. Why you'll win. You're not competing with HLP. They have to trade everything. This is our advantage here. HLP ran up $1,000 to $118 million, and we have an advantage on them because we don't run the exchange. We don't have to take the trash positions they take. They have to take every single position. HLP, if you're not aware what HLP is, it's essentially their market maker. If you go to the vaults here, this is their market maker internally. They have to trade every single symbol, but while trading every single symbol, they have went for $1,000 to $118 million. So what I'm trying to do, and I have scripts already set up, that is watching every single trade on the node and kind of reverse engineering their strategy. And what we found so far is that they have to take some trash positions because if they stop taking positions, the exchange doesn't work. So that's actually an edge for us. While they ran up 1,000 to $118 million, potentially we have an edge on them. They have an edge on us as well because they are the exchange. They can have more leverage, etc. But at the same time, they have to take the toxic liquidations. They have to take the toxic order flow. They have to take these trades that maybe we don't have to take. I don't know. Again, this is week 1, but this is sick that we have access to all this. Okay, I do have one question here, and it's this. So I'm going to have her answer it. Yo, Joe, how are you, bro? 777. Much love. So yeah, I'm curious about right now. We've got I think a read only validate or a read only node, but I'd be curious about what type of advantages we'd have if we had one that we could write to, how I would do that. Is there a staking amount we might have to do, an amount of hype to be staked? Anyways, answer all these questions. Tell me the advantages of having our own validator node, and yeah, dive into that and let me know your thoughts. And then I'm going to give her an ultra think. And dude, I don't know how long I've been here, but this is the second time I have to pee. So I guess I